Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on those two standard gauge trucks that arrived yesterday. As I said, I was going to make a flat car, and here it is. I just got it built. So I just want to show you a really quick, easy way to do this. What I made this out of course, was a 5-gallon paint stirrer. Now, these are free. You can get them at Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards. Everybody has them in the paint department. They used to have a bucket of them, and you could just take as many as you want. In the old days, I used to make bird houses out of these. They're really great straight-grained wood. And with a little bit of effort, you can make all kinds of stuff out of this. So in any case, I glued 3 of them together, as you see, on the edges, lined them up so they were nice and straight. Just use standard Elmer's white glue, and it dries in, I don't know, less than an hour. And then I measured it 10 inches long, which is about the length of all of these cars. That's the average length. So it's about the same length as the other cars. It's slightly wider by about 1/8 of an inch. So in any case, glued all 3 of them together and drew a line, cut them off with a hacksaw, and just got the trucks right now mounted with paper joiners. Just drilled a hole and then I countersunk them. So I'll get this sanded. But before I haven't even put the couplers on this yet. I just got it built. And before I put the couplers on it, I want to see what it looked like and how it runs. So I just got it tied to the front and rear couplers with wire ties. Anyway, I'm going to take this around just to see what it looks like. And then I'll get some couplers made. I'll use very likely hacksaw blade. Well, let's see how this goes and what it looks like. So, as you can see, that doesn't look bad at all. So I can lightly sand this, put a bit of varnish or spray it, even paint it. And I have a 4th standard gauge car for the Lionel 33 layout. Easy to make, only took an hour maybe to make it. Most of that was just waiting for the paint to dry, or the glue to dry. And then drilled a couple holes in it, mounted the trucks with paper joiners. Next I'll make the couplers and I'll have a new standard gauge car. Now as you see, these trucks are much larger than the original, but even so, they're standard gauge. I think it looks alright considering it's made out of junk. The best thing, of course, was it was virtually free. $6 for the 2 trucks. 2 paper joiners, and the wood itself is free, of course. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video of this. I wanted to run it before I made the couplers to see what it would look like. I think this will look more than adequate. And like I said, you can paint it, you can varnish it, you could stain it, age it, you can do all kinds of things to it. But once I get this sanded and get some kind of finish on it, put the couplers on it, you have a new standard gauge car that didn't cost anything at all, other than the price of the trucks, of course. No way around that. But as you see, that's more than acceptable looking. Total cost $6 and about an hour of my time. And I can make the couplers out of hacksaw blades. That will cost virtually nothing. And when this is finished, it'll look like any other standard gauge car, I think. So you could put a load on this, you could leave it as is, you could put sides on it, you could make another gondola out of it, you could put a structure on it, you could do all kinds of things with it. Like I said, back in the old days, I used to build birdhouses out of these paint stirrers. Like I said, they used to have them out in a bucket. You could just take as many as you wanted. Excuse me. Now you have to ask for them. Excuse me. But I asked for 6. They didn't have any problem with that. So anyway, just want to do a quick video on this. Like I said, I'll get it sanded. I'll put some kind of finish on it. Maybe paint it. Not sure. Very likely I'll just either stain it and varnish it, or just use some stain mixed into varnish and just varnish it. I could just spray it with Flecto Verathane or any kind of clear lacquer or clear spray. Let it dry and you have a new standard gauge car. Grand total $6. Like I said, about an hour of my time. Most of that was waiting for the glue to dry. But I just used standard Elmer's white glue. More than good enough for this. drilled a couple of holes, countersunk them, put a couple of paper joiners to hold the trucks on it. Like I said, next I'll make the couplers, put a couple of screws in this, and it will be finished and ready to run. It looks okay, and it was really, really cheap and easy to do. It only took a few minutes. But I think it looks all right. And like I said, it gives you another car. Like if you go on eBay, these standard gauge cars are expensive, even the cheap ones. 20, 25 bucks and 20 bucks to ship it. It adds up really, really quickly. So I wanted a flat car, so I figured I would just make one out of paint stirrers. And just went up to Menards, got 6 of them. And like I said, an hour maybe for the glue to dry. Cut them off with a hacksaw. Drilled a couple holes for mounting the trucks. Next I'll make the couplers. And once this is finished, it's just going to be another standard gauge car. But more than sufficient, I think. And it gives you another piece of rolling stock. Total cost $6. And like I said, about an hour of my time. Really, really simple to do this. And doesn't look bad, as you see. It's about 1/8 of an inch wider than the other cars, so more than acceptable. The same length as the other cars. So once this has some wear on it, it's just going to be another standard gauge car. Anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this. Once it's sanded and stained, this is actually going to look quite acceptable. I think it's going to look quite good. Best part about it, of course, is the fact that it was really, really cheap. And it works. And it gives me a 4th car, where an hour ago I only had 3. So really can't beat that. So I just wanted to do a quick video. You can do a lot with these paint stirrers. They're free, nice straight lines, good quality wood, really easy to work with. And like I said, standard Elmer's white glue glues this together in an hour. And by tomorrow, you won't be able to break this apart. So more than good enough. And I could even make something else out of this. And you can use them in by themselves, glue 2 of them together, 3 of them together, 4 of them together. Like I said, I used to build birdhouses out of these. Anyway, it works, it's cheap, it's easy, and it's a lot of fun. And you get the satisfaction of knowing that you did it yourself. So anyway, a standard gauge flat car made from paint stirrers. And like I said, about an hour of my time. Really straightforward, really easy to do. And I think it looks more than acceptable. Once this is stained, like I said, it's just going to be another standard gauge car. So just want to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.